Disney's battle over Moana comes to a swift end. All the details right here. You may recall around a month ago, news came out that Disney were being sued $10 billion in damages for allegedly ripping off the idea for Moana, the multi-billion-dollar earning Walt Disney Animation franchise. In the Woodall v Disney suit, filed on Friday 10th of January 2025, Buck Woodall, described in suit documents as a professional writer as well as a producer and artist, claimed copyright infringement over a treatment he put together for a film titled Bucky in the early 2000s. Woodall claimed he shared details of the project, including a completed screenplay, a trailer, and various pieces of artwork with Jenny Marchick, then Director of Development at Mandeville Films, who had a first look deal with Disney at the time. The complaint stated that Disney's Moana 1 was produced in the wake of Woodall's delivery to the defendants of virtually all constituent parts necessary for its development and production after more than 17 years of inspiration and work on his animated film project, with titles over the years ranging from Bucky to Bucky the Wave Warrior. This project was inspired by Woodall's unique exposure to Polynesian culture, including living on Hanalei Bay for approximately a decade, as well as his expenditure of more than $500,000 in personally creating, writing, and developing a theatrical motion picture package associated with Bucky. Suit documents alleged that Moana depicted similarities to the trade secrets and intellectual property of Woodall's presentation package materials that are extraordinarily stark and greater than most every reported example of copyright infringement in US history. Woodall claimed that both Bucky and Moana tell the story about a teenager who defies parental warnings and embarks on a dangerous voyage across Polynesian waters to save the endangered land of a Polynesian island, celebrate the Polynesian people's unfettered access to the sea as a native right, involve protagonists who learn about ancient Polynesian culture during a sea voyage, contain a recurring theme of the Polynesian belief in spiritual ancestors manifested as animals which guide and guard the living, involve plots where a symbolic necklace plays a special role, involve a main character who encounters a demigod with a giant hook and tattoos, and a goddess-like creature emanating from volcanic lava, amongst many others. Now, news has arisen that the Woodall v Disney case has been held, resulting in a swift victory for the Mouse House. The Associated Press reported that a jury on Monday quickly and completely rejected a man's claim that Disney's Moana was stolen from his story of a young surfer in Hawaii, and that the Los Angeles federal jury deliberated for only about 2.5 hours before deciding that the creators of Moana never had access to writer and animator Buck Woodall's outlines and script for Bucky the Surfer Boy. With that question settled, the jury of 6 women and 2 men didn't even have to consider the similarities between Bucky and Disney's 2016 hit animated film about a questing Polynesian princess. Associated Press further notes that the relatively young jury watched Moana in its entirety in the courtroom. They considered a story outline that Woodall created for Bucky in 2003, along with a 2008 update and a 2011 script. In the latter versions of the story, the title character, vacationing in Hawaii with his parents, befriends a group of native Hawaiian youth and goes on a quest that includes time travel to the ancient islands and interactions with demigods to save a sacred site from a developer. Marchick, the creative that Woodall showed his treatment to, as it turns out, is a distant relative, the stepsister of his brother's wife. The Associated Press noted that the woman testified during the 2-week trial that she never showed it to anyone at Disney. Woodall, however, doesn't look to be giving up, with his attorney noting, "Obviously we're disappointed. We're going to review our options and think about the best path forward." Still adamant that there was no Moana without Bucky. This is Woodall's second unsuccessful attempt to sue Disney over the issue. His first attempt to sue over Moana 1 fell outside of the statute of limitations, with this second lawsuit being a clear attempt to capitalise on the $1 billion success of Moana 2. If Woodall does decide to revive his claim again, I'll be right here with all the details. And at that, I'd love to know your thoughts on the whole Woodall v Disney suit. Does Woodall have something here? Should he go back to the table? As always, join the conversation down below.